It's not a cod.
Whiteling.
It's not a whiting. I don't know what that is. Alright,
Hiya, morning, Tom.
so tomorrow, where were you looking to go to?
Ooh, we are going to NewHaven Beach.
Okay, Newhaven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's that long?
Oh, that is 700-meter long pier.
Oh, a pier. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think we can going there because they are locked.
Okay. So we're going to go on the beach, Newhaven Beach, and what are we going to do?
We will fishing around here.
Okay, if
and
we
then
can.
we can casting out around here because all underneath is rock.
Oh, rocks. Okay.
Yeah, I have a website, so show you. Yeah, that kind of area. So you can see 0. That means that is the sea level. We can standing there fishing out there.
I see.
Yeah. So we aimed it in that kind of area. We can casting over there. Maybe have a conger eel, maybe sea bass living underneath the rock.
So what's the blue? All this blue. What are we casting out onto tomorrow?
That all blue is rock.
Oh,
so,
rock.
Yeah. So maybe we will stuck something there, but you need to bring more things there so can casting out.
So what's that down there?
Interesting is the wreck.
A wreck?
Yeah, it's all around the sand. So I don't think we can casting out that far away. So I think it's the bonus if can caught the fish there.
I see. So this is all rock. That looks.
It's the sand.
Could be sandy, more sand. There's a wreck there.
Yeah.
We'll be there, and that's 700 meters long, or maybe we can probably get to it there. Still be rock. So I need to make up some different type of fishing gear so that if it snaps off, if we don't lose everything, especially our leaders, our shock leaders. I see. It's gonna be. I'm gonna have to get my thinking about it. What's the tide's gonna be like?
Ooh, the tide. The high tide is around 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then the lower tide is around 4:30.
So yeah, and then high again.
High again is around 10:30.
I see. And what? And the weather? What's the weather's going to be like?
Ooh, the weather I think quite nice.
Is it? Oh, so it's not raining.
No raining.
Okay, and the wind. Which way is the wind going to come from?
Oh, it's come from north.
Oh, okay.
Around 20 miles per hour.
That's the tide coefficient, so it's quite a high one, but not super high. Okay. Should you go back to that other map? Just show people where the name of that is called. Fishing apps GPS nautical charts. It says only doing the corner buy it, but we haven't bought anything. You still can see the whole of the country.
Yes.
Going back, you can go everywhere. I think. Okay, that's good.
Very nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to show you what I bought you. I bought you a fishing rod.
Great.
Because I noticed that one you had was too long.
Yeah, last time so hard.
And I'm going to show you later on when I tie it up some special ideas I have for fishing these rocks. Alright? There is, I've got you this rod. This is a 10-foot rod, Advanta, so it's the budget range from Angling Direct, and it's a sea fishing rod, proper one. Open it up, have a look, see whether you like it.
Lovely.
So there's a lot. When we filmed our last video, you really struggle with a 15-foot rod. Notice how narrow it is, how thin it is. You notice that? Yeah. You know, the other one's like much thicker. This is much narrower, so it's only 10 foot. It's a stiff rod. It can cast out the same amount of weights. It is $24.99, and I'll show you. Look, it's called RSB Beach Pier, Beach and Pier 10 foot, cast out 4 to 6 ounces, 2-piece rod, and it's made of carbon composite construction, carbon composite, super durable eyes. So fit it together, see how you like it. So it's only 2-piece. So.
Really, really, really nice. Not that kind of heavy, and I feel solid. Yeah.
The reason why I thought it would be good for you to use this and not, I mean, I've got 11-foot feeder rod for coarse fishing, but the thing is, the eyes on it are very small, and we use big knots, don't we? We want to make sure the knots don't catch up in the eye, and then lead to a disaster.
Yeah, you can see really
big eyes, yeah. Let's feel the centre of gravity on this rod, because this is important. I want to show you something. Where is it? Back here. Yeah. Try it. Put your finger on it. Alright, so it's about, yeah, let's have a look. Centre of gravity without the reel is there. Okay. Yeah. So now when we add the Shimano onto it, the centre of gravity of the rod should come backwards. So what you don't want to do, to give you extra power, you want to make sure your hand is in front of the centre of gravity. Yeah. So now, when we look at it, see the centre of gravity is here now. See that? Yeah. Right. So if you was to grab it here, the centre of gravity, which you normally should do, centre of gravity is still going to be in front of you, so it's still going to be harder. But what I want you to do to give you extra power is you want to grab it here. So this where these words are here, and that's going to give you good power. The more, I mean, obviously, if you grabbed it here, it would give you more power, but this will be enough. As long as your hand is in front of the centre of gravity. So see how you feel about that. So maybe put it between your leg or something like that, like you was doing last time. Yeah, and you might, this hand will have to grab probably here, something like that kind of thing. You should have loads of power. Pull upwards slightly, don't hit the ceiling. That's it. Yeah. Something like that. You won't break the rod if you grabbed it there. Same as Remy. It'll be absolutely fine. So if you grabbed it near the end, you might break the rod. If you grabbed it here, it'll be a problem. I'm sure if you grabbed it there, it'll be fine. But here, just in front of the reel, you'll give you loads of power. All right. Yeah. I'm going to show you the rig I've made up. Right, Elsie. So this is my idea. So we know the out there. As soon as you cast out, it should be rocks, and if you fish in rocks, they're going to tangle you up. I've got loads of these. I think they're 3-ounce weights. Loads and loads of them, and I've got a whole box of them, like 20 of them. So I don't mind losing these. Okay. So this is the rig I've worked out. It's like a combination of the pulley rig. It is a pulley rig, but with a bottom that breaks off. If you hold that bit there, that's your main line. Okay. So that's where your main line goes. Nice big eye. And so here's my pulley rig. It comes down. It feeds down to another swivel. Then we've got 2 hooks. I'm going to try big baits, and then if you imagine. So if Elsie kind of pulls this, holds that one, holds the, right, that's it, hold that, and kind of hook that one in there like that. Yeah, this is probably best for you. I've got my 2 hooks, just like the other day with the big bait, and this is what I think it's called an imp. This thing here. So when the weight hits the water, it's going to break off and release. So that's quite normal. I've got a swivel on this side and then like a clip ended with a clip. So, but the other end I've attached on the bottom of here. I've got one of these clips here, and in fact it's got another clip there, sort of facing the other way, like that. So, on the bottom of this imp, I've got these 2, and what I'm going to do is I am going to attach. This is £15 line. I'm going to change it down to a £10 line. This is the thing that's going to break away, so I'm going to, at the bottom of there, I'm going to clip that one like that. If it goes in nicely, it goes in like that. Alright, so now when I go to cast out, I'll put them two together like that. Okay, so and then of course we've got the other end with a bait on it on here like that, and that's got bait on it. Imagine there's bait here. So now when that casts out, so you want to pull that you want to pull it that way, that's it, give it a bit of tightness, that's it. That's all nice and neat. It's quite a long kind of hook length or snood. When it hits the water, that'll come off. This will come off. Don't worry about it, it'll come off, fly off somewhere. But the key thing is that will come off like that. It'll sit and maybe dig into the, it could be rocks. But because it's only £10 line, if there's any issues, my main line is £15 or £18 line. This is going to snap off and hopefully keep all the rest of that. That's what I'm going to do.
Great.
All right. Okay, rod lights is there. You got 3 of them.
Yeah.
What are they anyway?
Ooh. Because we can't, at the night we can't see the properly, so we are hanging on the rod. So when the fish, yeah.
It didn't ring. We was fishing with them. We put the bells on the end. The fish weren't making the bells ring. They would do it without making it ring. And also, what happens if we drop the bells onto the gravel? We can find them again.
We can't find. So I think the best way is to put on the rock at the night time so we can see properly. So how could you put it on the rock?
Yeah, I'll put them on. Yeah, I'll put them on. I think I need whipping line. It's called whipping line because that's the stuff that ties these eyes on. I haven't got anything like that. I have used it before. It's just like very thin cotton and a bit like Dacron, but very thin Dacron. And then you're meant to kind of put polish on it afterwards. But I won't do that. I'll just try tying it somehow on this. I will.
Yeah, we'll see afterward
So,
how it look like.
Yeah, it's a rod light from Delta Tackle. I've never even noticed these things before. But it says here, whip the rod mount to the desired position, open end facing down. Got to remember that. It uses 675 batteries, 675 type batteries or anything like that. Visible 100 meters. That's what we want. 100 meters.
Oh, good, yeah.
So that's going to help a lot. That's going to help a lot.
Yeah,
On-off switch.
Yeah.
Made in 2006. Copyrighted. I use £15 line. See how I get on. I'll put them on. I'll test them out. By the way, I was going to talk about the ends of my rods here. This rod here is my carp. Not even a carp rod. It's a feeder rod. Look how small the eye is. I just want to let you know I've been using this thing with tapered fishing line, tapered £15 to £65 fishing line, and I have not had a problem with this. It hasn't been hooking up, so it's been fine. Obviously, with a bigger eye on the carp rod, it's not been a problem either, and of course with the sea rods, not being a problem with tapered fishing line. So I'm surprised. Look, you can even see at the end here where I screw in a quiver tip. So these have been fine. In fact, this rod here, I don't know what pound Tesco have been throwing out the bait really far. This one's been, the thinner one's been throwing it further than the carp rod. So I don't know how that's been happening, but anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, I'll get on with this and I'll get on with it. Yeah, I'll show you.
I'll show you. Yeah, thanks.
So here we are.
We're in Newhaven.
We've had a look on that pier down there where we wanted to fish, and it's got too many people on it.
Yeah.
And there's actually people on top of that pier, even though it's closed, fishing. How they got through that locked gate, how they climbed that wall, but I'm not doing that. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 people feathering, and then on here, over here on this side, there's 2 people fishing on the bottom. Down there's no one fishing. That's all the way by the white cliffs. I'll show you in a minute. So it's quite a nice day, not too windy or anything. So I bought these fresh ragworms, £4, 400 grams. So this is what Elsie's going to use. I'm going to give Elsie, because when I casted it out there, I just checked to see what it was. It's meant to be rock, but it felt like sand, shallow sand. So I'm thinking this could be a last ditch attempt to catch a plaice or some sort of flatfish. I didn't feel any rock. There were any snags out there. I didn't feel anything like this. So Elsie going on a three hook thing with loads of these ragworms, and I will go further out with mackerel and a bigger bait, so we can catch both. We're only having 2 rods out. Alright?
Great, yeah.
Alright. He's got nippers, so I've got to be careful. We've got big nippers. I've got a baiting needle and they're quite tough, really fresh. When I asked for fresh bait, this is exactly what she said. She said, oh, we haven't got lugworm, but we've got ragworm. Yeah, I do, I said. These nippers are in there, they come out, they're like 2 fangs. So each worm, I think I'm just going to hook him in there, break him off there, and next hook. So 1 worm's going to be 1 cast, I guess, for Elsie.
You can see quite a lot of people fishing here.
I'm going to tie all these 3 down and fling it out for you. Right, so bait runners on, so watch your rods. I don't know what it's going to be like, shallow water, but I'm going to get my rods out. You're watching it, yeah? Good luck to you, girl. Go for quite a large bait. Fresh mackerel.
Bottom there?
It's Marks and Spencer, isn't
No, which one?
Waitrose, so we got that, and we got frozen mackerel.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and make like a squid-shaped object, squid-shaped bait. Alright, okay, what are we going to do here? I'm going to start with a light, cheap weight. I've got loads of these, they break off. I've got a £10 line here. I've got the 2 double pennel hooks here. So let's have a think about this. First thing I think I'm going to do is I'll make sure my point my hook is showing no matter what. So there's that. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go like this. Over here, kebab this one. Kebab that one. Then I'm going to kebab the other one. The flies are coming already, it must be good. Be careful not to kebab myself. Right, okay, so I want a straight bait, skin to skin. Now I've got it in that position. I'm going to make a shape that is similar to a squid. So nice and straight. A few strands. Get that kind of shape going there. After that, just going to put it there. Now, I'm going to thread also the squid like that. Squid should have come first. Okay. Now I am going to put in there. There. Okay. This is not looking pretty, to be honest. Not one of my best ones, sorry.
If the catch the fish, it's alright.
Yeah, we'll see. When this whole lot plastic goes on, it might look different. So it looks like I've got a narrow end. I've got the wrong end. I should have the fat end where the hook is, but never mind. At least the hook is showing, right? But these can change. These elastics can change the shape of the bait drastically. Oh, squid-like again. So you can see there's a lot of fish there. There's a lot of smell. There's a lot of bait.
Like a fish kebab.
You just put it in the fryer, fish and chip shop. Put some butter. Not really.
Your t-shirt, all the smell.
That's it.
Here we go.
Hook showing. And hook showing at the bottom and the top. There we go.
Is this a kill?
Oh, okay, that's it. So that goes on there, like that. So that weight is taken. And this one goes on that grey one. There, like that. There we go. It's a nice day.
Like this weather.
Hopefully we'll get something. Big bait out. It's like a giant prawn, your one with ragworm. I'm not sure if there's rocks out there. If there are, I've got the rig for it to break off anyway. "10-foot rod, how's that for you, the 10-foot rod?"
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think it's okay. But we'll see if I have a fish and pull it back. See how that feels.
It's quite a pull out there. I can feel quite a lot of tide pulling left and right. Okay, time to change the bait. Flat coffin weight. Is it stuck? That was not a good idea if it's stuck. Never go in. By the snags out there, first cast each rod. I think from where we stand, out about 50 yards there is rocks there, but before that there's sand. So I'm going to try. I've lost both our shock leaders.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fish close in without shock leader and throw it in close by and just use loads of ragworm. Single hook. Do you notice I'm not even engaging the wires? So I'm going to do it without wires on the breakaway leg. So ragworm, lightweight, fling it out, no shock leader.
Okay. Not far away.
So see, that first place we went to, what was wrong with it?
Newhaven, lots of bay or wreck or lost.
Lots of snags, yeah?
Yeah.
So there are loads of rocks out there, and we lost 2 sets of shock leads, 3 leads, and 3 sets of gear. So that's a lot. So we come next door to Tide Mills. It's like an old kind of, I don't know, World War II something, where it's maybe a hospital or something. And with this place, you just got to be careful when you cross the railway track, and it's a bit over that way. And this is a sandy bottom with quite shallow water, yeah, Elsie?
Yeah.
So hopefully no snags. Hi Elsie. So we're on this side now. So the piers are over to the right now. We were over by that, where that crane was, that kind of oil rig thing over there. Now there's no one near us. Nobody here fishing. Some people fishing down there. And they've been taking our baits, haven't we?
Yeah.
On your rod, the shorter 10-foot rod, we've got large ragworms. They're live ragworms, big ones, yeah. And I've got a big squid, mackerel, and even sand eel bait, massive bait. And you can see out there, it goes muddy, then clear. I'm just where the clear water is. Obviously, you're just where the muddy water is. I couldn't get yours further enough. Yeah. Grip leads on both. Yeah, we're watching it. Okay. So. See what I mean? I knew it was a cut. You know, you should have let it go ages ago. I really knew it.
Small crab again.
These bait, can be bait.
Yeah, can be.
Yeah. These are ideal size for bait. Oh. Well, it's kind of getting dark. I switched over to a much sensitive rod for you, Elsie.
Right.
Because you've been getting bites.
Yes.
And you've not been able to see it.
Yeah, the new rod not really showing any bites.
New rod is for like a pier maybe. It's not very sensitive. Oh look at your rods going now, look. Just as we said that, it's bumping. See now it's more sensitive again. I would get up if I was you, actually.
Yeah, I can still move it.
No, it wasn't just moving, it was shaking. Yeah, see it's more now is the difference. See that is something going on. Just hang on. We'll probably put our stand in an awkward spot down there, but that's much more sensitive, isn't it? I think fishing is about little things you do. You know, little tiny minute things you notice. Your rod just bumped earlier, you know, it was twitching. With the other rod you wouldn't have seen it. Some more shaking until she strikes, as she should do. I think they're starting to bite. No fish there, but I think they're starting to bite. Okay. How many baits you got left? All 3? Alright, let's put fresh worms on here. So the rod was shaking quite a bit. Did you have a fish? Did you feel a fish? You got a fish, you got a fish. Well done, Elsie. I haven't got my torch in it. It is a dogfish.
Dogfish.
Oh, watch it, watch it. The hooks are going to be all over. I haven't got my torch on me. I've got 3 hooks in it. Yeah, let's take our time. Let's get a torch on this. Well done, Elsie. Happy now, aren't you? Tiny little doggy. So, I guess we can unhook him and then you can hold him. You hold him? Look how well camouflaged he is, you can't even see him. I don't think that's a dogfish. No, it's a, yeah, but I think this is a smooth hound. I don't know, I don't know. Look, here's his tail.
No.
Hold that. I think it is a smooth hound. I don't know. It could be a dogfish. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, let me just get that. Alright, go for it. He's a lovely little fella.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, it looks like a smooth hound. I think dogfish have got spots. I'm not sure what he is. He's too long, isn't he? He's quite long. More like a smooth hound. Oh, he's swimming, he's swimming.
Yeah.
He's alright. Well done, Elsie.
Really happy.
So we're going to fish on a little bit, yeah? We've got about 5 worms left, 5 ragworms left. We've got these rod lights on. RODLITE, $4.99 I bought them for. And so we can see very well now.
Look at over there.
We've got moonlight. So the moonlight's going to help them see in the dark. Help them see food in the dark. Remember to wind the handle, then strike. Oh, see? So we're going to do probably another 10 minutes.
Okay.
And well done, you caught that dogfish or smooth hound. We'll go back and research it, see what it was. I thought it was a smooth hound.
Yeah, because quite I can't see.
It's very long, wasn't it?
Yeah, you've got the big eyes.
I think, yeah, big eyes. Yeah, it was longer than, and it had no spots on it. Same colour as a smooth hound, but we'll
grey and white colour.
we'll put the pictures right here, you know, to compare.
Yeah.
It's warm right now. It is what 20 degrees centigrade. I feel warm.
Yeah.
There's no wind. It's good weather. It's calm. Fishing could be a bit better. We're at Tide Mill, so we're at old relic of the hospital as we carried on walking.
Yeah.
There is like a life buoy. We didn't get that far on the road. There's like a life buoy, you know, like where you throw in to save people. It was one of them buoy things, but we didn't get that far. We're probably about 50 foot away from that. Then we just crossed over. This is where we are. It's all right. There's no snags, but when at Newhaven, I'm never going to fish there again.
Yeah.
It's unfishable. That spot where we were. Four things, yeah. I mean, you probably by that wall, that pier wall, the west wall is all right, but by where we were is impossible. Anyway,
Okay. Bye.
thanks for watching. You've got something. Well done, Elsie. Put it down a second. I don't know what that is. It's not a scad. It's not a cod.
Whiteling.
It's not a whiting. I don't know what that is. Is it a whiting?
It's blue.
Blue.
No.
What?
Blue color.
How can we? Oh, well done.
White.
You gotta get a picture of this.
You don't know what is this?
I don't know what this is. It's
Go
smooth.
on,
He's got no spikes in him. It's very soft to the touch.
Hey, he got something. 有胡鬚啊
No?
Yeah. 喺下邊啊
Don't know what that is.
on the chins.
He's got no spines on him.
有鬚喺下邊啊
Yeah, he's got some whiskers. Right, so you want to hold him?
No.
No, hold him. He'll be fine.
I can't.
He'll be fine.
No.
Hold him. We'll take a picture. Come on. Charge you. Go down so you don't fall very far. That's it. Let me shine your torch on him, not on me. That's it. Right. Here it is. This thing here is feels very sturdy. And look, two of these big batteries, 675s in there, and there's no metal part on this side, which is good. Oh, I see how I've done it. It's done, one side is higher than the other side. The plastic cap feels very sturdy. So this is $4.75. No, it's $4.99. And I bought this. It was gathering dust in Angling Direct. So literally gathering dust. It was gathering dust at the top of the shelf. No one was touching these things. I bought 3 because we normally fish with 3 rods and then 1 on the mackerel. So that's all it is. So it's very simple. As I turn that, it pushes the 2 batteries against the terminals. And look at that. Wow. It can be seen up to 100 meters. So we are only probably 10 meters away, and that's fantastic. Of course, I'll get spare batteries. Turn it around like that. It's 100% waterproof. Not your cheap, I can tell you this is not your cheap stuff that you get. That feels cheap on things like bobbins that you buy, you know, the swing bobbins and the ones on the chain. They break in your tackle bag. This feels solid proper polycarbonate plastic or something like that, although it's red. Right, anyway, this is how I'm going to do it. I vaguely remember how to do these things. I haven't whipped a rod out in 30 years. I haven't ripped an eye rod, or even tempted. But however, how I got the first one on there is I tied a normal one of these like this sort of thing. I'm using this green line, one of them kind of knots. Anyone could do one of them. I'm not going to pull it tight. And then I did a second one like this. It would be easier if I didn't add an end to it. So I could still do it. Right, here we go. Second one. See that? So that's gone in there. Second one I've gone in there like that. Go behind. Yep, behind this one. And done that. That's it. So now you've got this sort of thing going on. Now you can obviously see what's going on. That one there should be pulled tight. This one, as you put it tight, but I'm not going to do it. It ends up with some sort of like a knot. As you pull on this, as you pull on that, that's going to, imagine that's the end of the rod. That's going to grip on it, and but it's going to stop it from sliding because it's going to hit that knot there. That's it. Simple as that. That's free to tighten up. So anyway, that's that. And then obviously I'm going to start whipping it. I found a spot. So this, the open end is meant to be, it kind of goes in the wrong way that you think. So it goes in like this, I think. Yeah, like that. Because that's going to be behind you, so you want to be able to see that. So you don't want to point that at the front, number one. So this is pointing towards the sea. This is pointing towards you. I bet it won't fit like this. Oh no, it does fit like that. Okay, right. It fits both ways. But however, it'll hit this nice bit of plastic, which is, again, polycarbonate, I think. Hit there and it won't go any further. And this has got to be facing like that, the stop. Because when you flick it, the force would be trying to push the thing that way. So there's no way this can fly off as you throw the thing out. So you have it like this, I guess, and you've got the option of doing this as well. Although doing it like this, there is a possibility of the cap flying off, isn't there? And the battery's all flying out. So probably, how's it in the pictures? Yes, I know it is like that. So okay, that's how they've done it. But what's that? I reckon if you was to sit behind there, that would be safer than that. That cap there on there is really hard to pull off. But however, you know, the amount of force is generated, it's possible to fly off, and all your batteries will fly out as well. It might be safer to do it like that if you can get away with it. It'll all glow anyway. It'll all glow. You'll be able to see it. Anyway, enough of that. I found a spot on this very thin rod, and I've got my knot on there already. You know, pushing it up to there, and it's got a natural bit where it's just not going to go. But before that, I am going to put in a looper line, not this thick line, a looper thin line. And I'm going to leave a loop like that hanging over the end. Obviously not this line, but a thin line. Leave a loop hanging over there and cut it off. And after I've done all my whipping, I'm going to do the top end first. After doing all whipping, I'm just going to tug this through. So the end of the line goes through all the other whippings I made. That's how I remember. I was struggling. I was thinking 30 years ago, I remember how to do this. How do you do it now? But I think that's how you're supposed to do it. My first whipping is there. I'm going to whip it on, and whip it on a whole load before I get to even to starting to whip on the top end there. Obviously I'll do the same to the bottom end. Anyway, I should do that now. So I've whipped all up there. Here's the top end. Of course it goes above the eye. And now I get first bit of the, I've made a very small area at the top. I'm not sure why they've done that. And you need lacquer. I've got car paint lacquer at home. I think the lacquer just stops it falling apart. I should get some, really. I should use it, I mean. Right, so the end. Okay. Okay, I might just come back around here. Just there. Here we go, and we got how much left? It should be on quite tight. I might come back round up to the top, so this end piece hasn't got to go all the way over there and then get pulled down again. I might, so now it's at the top near the loop. I don't know if you can see this. Put it through the loop there like that. Now that it's the loop's job at the bottom to do its work. Please work. 30 years ago it worked. So grab both of the them. It should, because there should be like a crevice left. Oh, come on. Are you doing this? Whippings are quite tight. It's not happy about doing this. It's not happy about me doing this. Right. So it's probably because the whippings are so tight. Let me try that again. This time I'm going to put a piece of this line in the middle. I'll get rid of this line first, and there'll definitely be a gap there. Then I'll put it through. Let's try it again. I'm going to use all new £15 line. Try it all again. And this time, made about 10 whippings already on, and here's my idea. I've got the loop and the other thicker line. Now, with both of these over the initial whipping, I'm going to start creating secondary whipping. Okay, and this should ideally be on the side, I guess. Okay, that's kind of on. I'll come back round again. Go back up. Back round again. Right now I'm ready. Got this much left. Now, this little fella on. You can see. Ideally, this should be underneath. It's not here. Just twist it around, that's better. All that lot's underneath. It can sit against the knot, I don't mind. Now, double, should be a bit tighter. Now I don't think this damages the rod. It's sort of built, rods are built for adding pressure on by putting whippings on. The only thing is if that lip or the end of that was a little bit taller, I'll be happier. Right. That should be on quite tight. Now I can spin that around to the right place, no problem. Put my line through the loop. Oh, actually, let me whip it until it's come back up the top, because that was a good idea from before. There it is. The line goes through the loop, like that. Pull that. Now I've got that. Now obviously there's no room in there at the moment unless I pulled this out, see? I'm just doing this on the fly really, because I don't remember how to do this properly. I should just watch a YouTube video really, shouldn't I? Pull that through. I wonder if it will all go through. Alright, anyway, that went through. Oh my god, which one was the line? These two, weren't it? These two. I think it worked. The lines come back through this end. Yep. Oh no, it's kind of a bit loose. Maybe I should just use proper whipping line. If I was to put, it's kind of loose, but it's there. If I pulled this to tighten it, it's kind of, oh, that's really bad, isn't it? again, try again. No green lines. Here's I've just used this, the thin 15-pound line, and I'm dragging it through now, look. Dragging that extra length all the way back through. This is coming out. There it is. That's pretty tight. And also, I noticed I needed to make sure my first knot, you know, that first one I whipped around there, I had to go through some of these metal bits. Otherwise, one thing it could do is it'll spin around and undo itself. That's what I thought. So, do it the way I put it on firstly, and then first whip goes through the metal. And I would have liked it if this rim here, oops, this rim here was taller. It would have been a lot better, so there would be less chance of the line slipping over the rim. Anyway, that's on quite well. But I say that, and it moves. Just move that back up. Shouldn't be moving it. Okay, I'll have it there if you want. Keep it tight. The end lacquer should hold it on. Anyway, that's what the job of the lacquer is for. So I'm just going to use the same piece of line. Since it's long enough, I think. So the same trick again, the loop. This time, there's the end where it came through. I'm going to have a straight piece coming through here. This is the bottom of the rod. You don't want to be whipping over this bit now. And I'm just going to put the first whip just in there. Doesn't even matter if it sits inside it. I should tie some sort of knot. See, it's very simple. I'm making it harder than it should be because I can hardly see it. Okay, here we go. Here it is. I made a really simple knot. And I'm going to whip it downwards towards the loop. There's nothing on top. Make the loops, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more whipping area at the top for some reason. I don't know why. You will not be able to do this on the beach. Do it at home. Because as I found out, it's really quite confusing as it is. The waves, the wind, the noise, the people swimming, all that kind of gets in the way of your cognitive functions working properly. You just can't really think properly. You've got to be prepared. You've got to tie your knots beforehand if you can. That's what I found anyway. I don't think it's going to be very tight, this top one. I don't know. It's just a feeling because there's a big groovy gap just there. Anyway, let's try that. Right. Here's my two ends. Oh, it's kind of quite tight. I use a pair of pliers. because I can't seem to grip this. Might use a bit of spit. Let's get a bit of pliers. Hope I haven't looped it over this in a way that stops me from pulling it. That's snapped. Didn't work. Alright, so after quite a bit, used a separate piece of line down here. Same trick, pulled it through. The gap in there was making it kind of easy to, I guess, dislodge itself. So I pulled on the double line until it was over the whipping, and I gave it extra pull and it became quite tight. Bound in by itself, so to me that feels solid. And officially it's meant to be like this, so I guess you would see it the best like that. Anyway, that is it, and I'm not going fishing today or this week, but perhaps next week. Look at that, if you can see that. That's going to shine up. It's going to give us the best advantage. Nothing's catching down here with the line whip flying out as you cast out. That is it. That is it. Thanks for watching this bit, and see you soon. We test out these bad boys on the beach. So all three done, and so I'm just working this out as I go along. When I go to cast, I'm just going to keep the light on, pull that down, pop it in my pocket, cast, then pop it back on, because it might affect the cast when this kind of end has got an extra heavy weight on it. I think the plastic and the whipping alone aren't going to make a difference, but maybe the light on it would be, and it probably won't be a good idea so to cast it with the light on. So the light comes off and goes on every time I cast. So 3 of these on, and the more I did it, the easier it became. The last one was really easy. It was just all done one piece of line. So looped it at the top first, whip some there, put the passing through loop through there, and then whip, back 4 or 5 whips. And then I put the bracket on, whip, top, then came back down round, and then the end of the line, very long piece, went through the loop, pulled that through. Now that's dangling over here. Same deal again, tied a little very simple knot hit just down here. The line came down here, so it wasn't affecting the run of the rail part of it. So the loop went this, I think same thing, the loop went this way, whip, and then went back up again, put the line through the loop, tugged it with a bit of spit. That really helped, a bit of spit. And I noticed it was slightly loose, because it's slightly loose, obviously, because I've just put the line through it and I've given extra room. And I just manoeuvred the piece of line through most of the whipping, tugged it a little bit, and then the more I tugged, the tighter it got, and that's it. I think these would do fine. And so last thing I'm going to do is when I go home and get some car lacquer, paint lacquer, I'm just going to lacquer just the top of these whippings. I'm not going to do anywhere near the rod, because I want to give myself the option of using a Stanley knife as a minute, cutting all them whippings off if I need to in the future. So I'm just going to do the top of there and there. Nothing on the rod, and that's it. That's it. The whole lot's done. We're really ready for some night fishing, and I'll see